Namaste and welcome to Zen in 10 at 10 with me, Natalie Linden of Yoga Eyes. So this week in my classes we've been looking at the kidney and urinary bladder meridian. Now in traditional Chinese medicine the kidney meridian is associated with stress, response and fear. So in traditional Chinese medicine all the organs are responsible for different emotions and regulating these emotions. If you think about the position of the kidneys, they're like little balls of fists underneath the floating ribs at the back of the ribs. They are sat right underneath the adrenal glands, so a very proximal relationship. And what happens when we get stressed is that we forget to breathe. We breathe very shallowly, which means that we don't expand down, and these reservoirs of blood that help to detoxify the body are not given what they need to help their efficient function. So today it's all about taking a deeper breath and also working the inner thighs and the hips. So we release fear from the body through opening the water element in the body, which is our hip area. So let's just come to a little mudra called Dhyana mudra, so peace. So it's all about peace and calm. So bring the right hand on top of the left, thumbs to touch, and just settle in a comfortable position. Have a wiggle, find your sit bones, and grow length in the spine. And as you breathe, feel the breath coming into this continuous bandwidth of space at the back, just underneath the ribs. So taking your awareness into these little jetpacks that help to fuel our chi or our energy. So again, in Chinese medicine, they believe these kidneys are the seat of will, the seat of vitality, and where all our ojas, our energy, derives from. So we need to nurture our kidneys to nurture ourselves. So breathing deeply into the back. As you breathe out, we're going to do the a qigong breath for the kidneys. So it's the hu breath. So imagine the sound of wind in the trees. So it sounds like this. And it's quite nice to bring your hands and just palm the kidneys at the back. And one more hu breath. Good. And then bring your feet, so the soles of the feet together into butterfly. Have a blanket. So sometimes when you sit down, you find that you're sitting on the back of your sit bones and you're hollowing your chest. So come just gently onto the perch on the edge of your blanket and have a little wiggle. So we're going to start with kidney point 1. So thumbs come into the groove between the big toe and the second toe, and just sliding down until you get right to the base of the big toe mound. And in my classes for baby yoga, we call this the bubbling spring, the point of energy. So to enhance our energy flow, so just give it a little pump, so squeeze and release and just massage into that spot. So just at the side really of the big toe mound, that big juicy part of the big toe. Good. And then just come down the foot and come to the inside of the heel. And then if you go up on a diagonal from the tip of the heel to the ankle, you'll find kidney point 3. And just give that a little press as well. You can do a little cyclical massage too into that point. So kidney point 3. And you can press into that point and come and take a forward fold. So long spine, allow the hips to just open. Use the arms as brakes, so don't go too far. Inhale into the back of the kidneys. And as you breathe out, just folding gently forwards. You can take the elbows out wide. And just take a couple of rounds of breath here. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Good, and one more. Good, and then just bring the hands to the knees and close the butterfly, and you come into stick pose. Always wiggle to find your sit bones. Sometimes when you bring the hands to the hips, you feel pinching across the inner groins. You can also start to sag. So if you, like me, have had a baby on your back, because your pelvis might be slightly tilted, have a blanket and just bring it perch. You can also just take the upholstery of the butt cheeks and bring them back, and that just helps to bring you onto a little tilt forwards. Good. Okay, so from here, just coming into Janasasana, so just bringing the foot and just taking it out quite wide. So you've got one foot quite nice and open. If you've got a tight knee, remember, take it so you're less flexed in the knee joint. It might be here, okay? Also cushion it if you need to, if it's quite high. So start with the hands on the kidneys and breathe deeply into this space. And as you exhale, twist so you're looking over that right leg. And then take the left hand onto the outer right thigh and see if you could twist a little bit more. And then just sweeping that hand down so you come onto the outer shin. And again, this might be enough. You might want to just take the hand behind the back on the floor. And just finding a gentle twist and opening into this kidney meridian. So breathing deeply. Have a little bit of pressure of the foot. If you get any tightness in the knee, remember you can take it slightly further up the leg. Listen to your body. You can even take hold of the toes. You can bring the other hand, you can just bring it down to the floor. Good, just one more breath there. Good, and then just gently coming back up. And then from here, just bring that foot into a straight line away from the hip. And have the foot over the top. So coming into a sage pose, Marityasana 1. So from this position, just take the hand and just draw. So you're interlacing the hands just at the knee, just below the knee, and lift the chest into the knee. And then take an envelope, so you're enveloping the elbow crease into the knees. You take the hand behind the back. So again, press that right heel away, draw this knee in as you twist. So wriggling out the kidney. So really good stretch. So breathing in deeply all the way down into this kidney meridian. And as you exhale, imagine you're twisting and flushing out all that toxicity, that stress, that fear. And just one last breath. Keep your eyes really soft so you're looking at your cheeks. So you ground your gaze. And that's a really good tip to stop any anxious thoughts. And then coming back, take this leg out wide, bring the other leg in, and repeat that sequence again. Inhaling into the kidneys, exhaling, twisting over that leg, keep the toes curling in. Take the right hand, so alternate hand leg, and then just gently draw down as you come across towards the buttock. And that might be enough, you might be here. Use your arm as a brake, go as far as is comfortable. Just at about 70%. And again, just taking the breath into the kidneys. Softening the eyes, the gaze. And if you want to, you can just draw the elbow down. You can even take hold of the, so you can cross the wrists. Good. And then from here, gently coming back up. Taking that leg into a straight line, midline, and crossing the right foot over. Again, interlacing the hands to elevate your seat, create that little envelope, draw the right hand behind, so it's quite close. If you've got any lower back pain, you can go a little bit further back. Inhaling, going really nice and long, drawing the breath out as you squeeze and rinse out those kidneys. Good. Taking the breath in, so when you twist, deepen the breath. You might need a block if you've got short arms. And just keep the gaze so you're not using your neck to turn. Good, and then coming back. For the final pose, open out your legs nice and wide. Have a yoga brick or a cushion in front of you, so it's quite, you might want to have it on a higher setting. Have the toes curling in, and again soften the knees. If you have any lower back pain, bring it a little bit closer, okay, so you're not opening the SI joints or compacting them too much. So from here, just allow the shoulders to roll down the back, take the hands onto the kidneys, inhale. And as you breathe out, just keeping the hands on the kidneys, slowly lower down as far as feels comfortable, and then you can just drop the hands down. And again, use the hands as brakes as you just slowly, with every out breath, you might be able to come a little bit further forwards until you can settle the head perhaps on a yoga brick. So we finish just by breathing into those kidneys. And if your legs are hurting, just bring them in a little bit closer. So it should feel what we call sthira sukha, sweet and steady and firm. So take the breath like nectar into these reservoirs of blood. And as you exhale, imagine the legs are like tendrils from these kidneys, like rivers coming down, feeding the peripheral nervous system. And settle here for about 5 to 6 breaths. And then when you're ready to come up, just use the hands, keep the gaze really soft, and then just taking the hands under the knees, you can cross the legs and bring the hands together. Namaste.